All right. Today I have with me Veronica. She is from Canada. Big shout out to Canada today. We love Canadians on this show. Veronica, tell us a little about yourself.
So like you said, originally from Canada, lived there until I was about 9. And then when my parents got divorced, moved to Cali. So technically from Cali 6 years ago.
Which part?
SoCal, near Westlake Village area.
I spent time in San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 3 years, I think.
Oh, nice.
How'd you like the vibe? It's like quite a transition from Canada to California.
Honestly, I felt the most home here in Hawaii.
Yeah, compared to California for sure.
Yeah, it's very different in Cali. I feel like the people there are more closed off.
In what sense?
In a sense where it's just, they're in their own bubble.
Yeah.
Like they're always on the go, and in Cali it's like, it's not who you are really as a person, because here people are like, oh, where are you from? Like,
okay. Oh, right.
in Cali it's like, what do you do? Like,
right.
what kind of car do you drive?
Right.
Like what do you do for a living?
Right.
Like, so it's not really like who you are as a person. It's like all the
I feel like
other.
that's like a lot towards LA too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because where I was in San Diego, it was quite the opposite. They didn't care what you did or what you like. All the girls were like with pretty much like drug dealers as boyfriends.
Yeah.
And then either that or like musicians. That's it. It wasn't like what. But again, I know LA has higher standards in terms of like what they are with the dating scene.
Oh, appearance is everything in LA.
In LA, yeah,
like,
I know.
And it's also known as like, where you go to make your dreams come true. It's like Hollywood, and it's like appearance is so important to everyone, where they kind of almost forget to be like a real person,
There's no authenticity in LA.
Yeah, and like just all the plastic surgery too and everything. It's like you can't tell who's real and who's fake. Versus like here in Hawaii, everything's more laid back. You don't have to wear makeup if you don't want to.
Right.
I wear slippers. Like
everybody has such a lazy vibe. I love it.
Yes. And
Aloha shirts.
Yes.
Like to work.
I felt like I lost my sense of style too when I moved out here. Really? Yeah. Like I was like more like wanting to get dressed up in LA, like wearing cute outfits and doing this and that. Here I'm like, I'm just throw on a t-shirt or something and like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your background? Like, you're Asian, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm Cambodian and a quarter Chinese.
Quarter Chinese, Cambodian. Mm-hmm. Okay, I never heard that before.
Really?
I never met anybody. No, I've heard of Cambodia. I just never met anyone from Cambodia.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually never met any Cambodians out here too. And like, I've always wanted to meet like someone that's Cambodian, just so I can like talk and like.
They have a language?
Oh, yeah.
Cambodian is a language?
So it's called Khmer.
And you speak it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like, how to say hi is like, Dripsula, and you have to
whoa. That's a hell of a tongue.
Yeah, and you kind of, so for Cambodians, you have to like,
right,
like as respect bow and like Dripsula and
very respectful culture.
Oh yeah, very respectful.
I see. Well, you told me about it. You said you moved to was it Hawaii with $200, or was it to United States with $200?
So it's to Hawaii with $200, yeah.
Why? What happened that you had to go on under those circumstances?
So let's backtrack a little bit. Mm-hmm. So Cambodians, I don't know if you know about like the history of Cambodia, and so during like the Vietnam War and stuff, that was like when the communists was trying to like break in and like build their own like make Cambodia a communist country. The war broke out and it was called the Khmer Rouge. And it was basically Cambodians that are villagers, and they're uprising and killing off all like people with education, teachers, monks.
Why? So educated individuals.
They're basically, it was like to make Cambodia like communist, basically. Kind of like what Hitler did to like the Jews is basically what he's doing to Cambodians, but it's like Cambodians killing off Cambodians. And not a lot of people know this, but there's the Cambodian genocide. So many Cambodians were killed, put in concentration camps and stuff. So my mom was a first generation immigrant to, the US. And so my family grew up struggling, and, I grew up in a very abusive household because my mom, and at that time as a kid, I didn't realize she's dealing with PTSD. I don't know what's going on. She moved to like the whitest freaking city, and like it wasn't easier for me, and it was just hard living as like a minority in like a super rich white
White
city,
area, right.
and we're poor as fuck.
Right.
Excuse my language.
It's okay.
but, like-
I bleeped them out. Don't worry.
So yeah, like I had a really tough childhood, and I just, in my mindset, I just told myself, you know, like when you can, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna start a new life, and hopefully break the cycle and like start over here. So I guess in a way I was running away from my pain.
And you came alone though.
And I came alone, yep.
Wow.
With $200. I only knew one friend out here, and I actually met them when I came out here for the first time back in 2016. And then that one friend let me sleep on their couch for like months and months until I was able to get back on my feet. And
I mean, you started out with a pretty good state.
yeah.
Like Hawaii is like the most it's awesome here. It's very scenic.
But it's also known as the most expensive state too.
Yeah,
The
but I'm from
cost-
New York, so it's kind of New York is even
New York
more.
is more expensive.
Way more, I think.
Yeah.
The food here is ridiculous, but
Oh yeah.
the rent in New York tops this place by far. So you also told me that you like gaming.
I love gaming.
What kind of games?
So I play Call of Duty, Apex.
You didn't strike me as like a gaming girl.
Oh really? Yeah. I love games. I feel like it's a way for me to like relieve stress.
How'd you get into games?
If I'm being honest, through an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, okay. You had one of those boyfriends that just plays video games all day?
Not all day, but because he would do music and stuff, and then since he was doing music, I'm like, well, I want to play your games then, and then that's how I got into it. So while he was making music, I was playing games.
You hear that, guys? There's a girl who likes video games. You're not alone. So just Call of Duty, that's the only?
No, Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, not the building one though, because I suck at building. Brawlhalla is really fun for me. 2K is really fun.
I only like I know you're gonna laugh, but Halo. I know people.
I
You never played Halo?
I've only played Halo at Dave
Dude.
& Buster's, and that
Which
was
Halo?
really fun for
Which
me.
Halo did you play? You don't remember?
I don't remember. It was the one where you sit in the cubicle and you just like shoot people together.
No, I know. Oh, I don't know. That's like the arcade version.
Yeah, the
probably.
arcade version. Never
No, you gotta
the,
play the real one. If you
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You gotta play it. The new one that just released, I couldn't get it. I was so heartbroken when I stopped playing it. I was like, dude,
Oh
this
really?
is awesome. Yeah, but usually there's like a conflict between people who like Call of Duty and people who like Halo. People don't usually like both. It's usually one or the other. So I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. But I personally love Halo the most. Yeah. So you also have a business. Tell us about it. I'll promote it.
Oh, thank you. So it's called the Spiritual Club. The logo is a lotus flower. I picked the lotus flower because, you know, even in a dark, murky environment, it's still able to grow into a beautiful flower. And I think that translates to everyone, you know, going through something in life. You know, you can either choose to be a bad person or a good person and rise above it and change your situation. And basically the whole message behind my brand is you can rise above anything. Despite your circumstances.
Yeah.
And you can
I mean,
choose
yeah,
to be
you're a
good-
shining example of that, right?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That was a huge compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. So, but what exactly, like, do you sell anything?
Yeah, so basically streetwear, and then I also sell crystals, sage, anything spiritual related or whatever. I sell hoodies.
Do you believe in crystals?
I believe that anything has a vibration,
Energy, yeah.
and
They
energy,
vibrate.
and emits frequency, like
Agreed.
plants, anything basically. And crystals have one of the highest forms of frequencies,
right.
vibrations, because it's from the earth. That's why they say, you know, when you want to ground yourself, plant your feet on the ground.
I do that all the time, yeah.
Get the energy from
Yeah.
earth. And,
Yeah, I take off my socks and everything. I just walk around on the rocks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it helps detox the body. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
So, I'm also big into like manifestation.
Oh, yeah, law of attraction. I'm super
Oh, just
into
law of
that.
attraction. I'm not necessarily law of attraction. I find it hard to believe you could attract somebody.
Well, I feel like
Wait, what do you mean?
manifestation and law of attraction go hand in hand.
What is the law of attraction anyway? Like, I know there's a book, but I don't know anything about it.
So the law of attraction is basically you can do anything to attract what you want if you just think, believe it, and believe it's yours.
Yeah.
First, I think you have to visualize it's yours.
Right.
Then feel that it's yours, and then say out loud it's mine.
Right.
And that's like kind of manifestation and law of attraction all into one.
What do they call that? But yeah, I know what you're saying.
The Secret is a good example of that. It explains the law of attraction and manifesting the life you want and stuff like that.
Yeah, whenever I try to participate in manifestation, I do it by grounding myself on the earth. So I I'm not naked, but I just like take off my shoes and I walk, or like immerse myself into the ocean, because I like to absorb the energy first. Because I've been told that if you want to manifest something faster, that's how you do it. Because you're absorbing the earth's energy, and the earth will.
I didn't know about that one.
You're not really supposed to like try to manifest with all your clothes on and stuff like that. Absorb the earth's energy, and the manifestation will come faster.
Why do I feel like you did this on shrooms?
Next question. So tell me about your relationships. Are you single?
I am single, yes.
Okay. Why are you single? When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was with the ex who did the music, and that's how I got into gaming.
How long ago?
So we ended in early March of 2021.
2021. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay. 2 years almost. Okay.
And I think the main reason why I'm single is because it's going to sound like high maintenance or something, but I just don't want to settle.
Ooh, I like that.
And I feel like time, once you give someone your time is something you can't ever get back. And it's like, why would I want to waste my time when, I can prevent that and actually, wait for something I truly deserve, instead of putting myself in, a relationship where, it's, because some people are scared to be alone. And in society, it's like, I get asked this all the time. It's like, why are you single? What's wrong? Are you sad? It's like, why can't I just be happy single? Why do I have to be in a relationship to, be happy, or be in a relationship to not be lonely, or, And I feel like society puts a lot of pressure on
girls,
females especially, to be married at a certain age, have kids at a certain age, and if you don't, you're gonna expire, whatnot. And it's no,
you've never been married, you never had a kid?
Oh, okay. I mean, eventually I want to, but with the right person.
That's fair. So you're not actively looking for a relationship, you're just enjoying what you have?
Yes.
Okay.
And until I find someone that can take better care of me than I can, then I'm gonna remain single.
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. You said you deserve better, and did the previous guy waste your time? Because it sounds like that's what you're saying. Was the breakup? It wasn't mutual. It was bad, I'm assuming.
I would say the breakup was kind of mutual, and I guess it was a little bad. So if I'm being honest, I'm gonna be completely transparent.
That's what we're here for.
I mentioned abuse, growing up and stuff like that. And you don't know this, but when you grow older, those things that you don't heal in your childhood, the traumas, will carry on into your adult relationships. And the patterns, for example, if your dad cheated on your mom or something like that, you're going to want to be with someone who's unavailable all the time, unsubconsciously, right? You're going to choose a guy who's like your dad, or a guy a woman that's like your mom, or whatever. And so in my case, I didn't heal the abuse, in my childhood, and I felt like I brought that into this relationship. And I did some things that he didn't deserve.
Like what?
I got physical.
With other men?
No,
You hit him?
Physically, I hit him.
But you're so small.
I know.
Was he smaller than you?
No, he's bigger than me.
Where'd you hit him? In the nuts or something?
It might have been the face.
But why?
I think I have an anger problem.
Cool,
and it's something that I definitely recognize. And I think the first step to healing is recognizing you have a problem. And that's also, I think, part of the reason why I'm single, is because I don't want to be hurting anyone. I want to heal myself too. I don't want to settle. And then...
Wow, you're so interesting. I did not think this podcast would go in that direction.
Actually, I would never even tell you this if this was 2 years. I would have been so embarrassed. But I'm at a stage in my life where I want to take accountability, and I want to be a better person, and I want to show people through me, hey, you can end this cycle. You can break the abuse.
Right.
And you can find someone that you love and be in a healthy relationship. And yeah.
So you're father was abusive, so you carried that into your relationship, is what you're saying?
So my mom was abusive to my dad.
Oh, that's so interesting.
But
Wow,
he
so you're
was,
technically, yeah.
he wasn't the best to my mom either. He was a player and like
Was this guy a player?
promiscuous, and no, he wasn't. He did everything right, but
Damn, girl.
I just had triggers, and I didn't feel safe enough to tell him what was going on internally because I felt scared to tell him. I'm like, what if I tell him and he doesn't love me anymore?
Tell me what you were fighting with inside that you didn't want, that you struggled to tell him. I want to know that.
I felt like the anger, first of all, like, you know, like.
Well, the anger was the trigger because you didn't tell him something.
Yes, like he didn't know anything about like all the pain I went through as a child. I was trying to be like this perfect, like, because when people see me, they're like, you're so positive, you're so happy all the time. Like,
Yeah.
so I try to stay like that, you know. But I realized, you know, you have to allow yourself, like, I don't know if you heard of like shadow work and light work.
No.
Where,
what is that?
So light work is you focus on the positive, and that's what I was doing, positive. But, you know, like yin and yang, there has to be a balance of like kind of like good and bad. And I guess I was struggling to remain positive and perfect all the time, that I didn't want him to see that bad side of me, because I'm like, if he sees that, what if he leaves me? Because that's the real me, I thought.
Insecurity,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
Isn't that strange?
Very strange.
Very strange.
I don't even know how to like
my mind works right now.
I don't even know how to process that.
Process it 2 years later.
Okay, so that didn't work out. Was that the guy that you loved the most? Or how many relationships have you been in?
I would say 3, and he was my 3rd one.
Out of the 3, did you love him the most, or which one?
Spiritually, mentally, everything. Yes, I loved him the most. He was the one person that I felt like I wanted to be a good person for. And I was disappointed because, unfortunately, you know, that incident happened and stuff like that. So
It was just one incident?
yeah, I hit him that one time.
Where did you hit him? In the face?
I hit him in the face. I might have pulled his hair a little bit, but
But to what degree? Well, like he went to the hospital? I doubt him a
he didn't
punch?
go to the hospital, but, you know, just by the look in that, just the look in his eyes, like,
Like, who are you? After,
yes. And that just crushed me to, like, my core, because I'm like,
damn.
that's not who I want to be, you know?
Right.
Like, I said I didn't want to be like my mom, and, like, here I am in this position, and it's so crazy how life works. And, but I feel like ultimately that situation was supposed to happen, because if it didn't, I would have never started the spiritual club. I would have never looked deeper inside and, like, try to heal, you know? And, like, I would have never been on this healing process. And I probably would have never even admitted the abuse in general.
Yeah.
Like,
So this is like a life-altering experience that you had.
Definitely.
Okay.
For sure. It was an eye-opener. He
Well,
might have called the cops on me.
No. You did?
I went to, yes. I
No,
went to
he
jail.
didn't.
Yes.
I would just let you get away with it. Fuck it.
But luckily, it was like a slap on the wrist. I was there for like 24 hours, and then
Wow.
I was questioned by the prosecutor or whatever.
I would never call the cops if someone hit you.
Yeah, no, it was really scary. And I was like, fuck, my life is over.
Did you
I can't
like
ever go back to Canada because of this felon.
Did you like do damage? Or was it just like a black and blue kind of thing?
I think I did some damage, you know. And,
Permanent?
Not permanent damage. No, but I feel like I did damage, like permanent damage, like to his soul, you know. He's never gonna forget that. Like, you know. So yeah, I was in jail for 24 hours, and it felt like 5 days, and then the officer finally came in and like got me out, and then like he opens the door to like outside, and I just remember like the light blinding me, and I was like, what's going on? Am I free? And he's like, don't ever do this again, like. And I was like, well, bail money? Like, is this going on my record? And he's like, no, just learn from this, okay? And I said, definitely. I will never be back here ever again. And that's when I started the healing journey.
Okay. Wow, that's a crazy story. I never thought anyone would admit that on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm here for, you know, full transparency.
Well, I won't get you in trouble or anything, don't worry. Okay, tell me about the other exes. Anything that resonates in your mind that you learned, I guess? Or how were the relationships in the previous before him?
Let's see. My first ex, I think he taught me what love was. You know, it's like your first love.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, at what age did you have that?
he was my first boyfriend, my first everything. That was right during senior year of high school going
okay.
into college. That one was just, honestly, we just fought about silly things. We broke, like, it wasn't anything like too, like, we just broke up because, you know, you kind of just lose feelings and drift apart and stuff like that. My second ex, though, he was crazy and toxic. And he matched my crazy, so it was not good. So we brought out the worst in each other. I remember I tried to leave him, and he crashed his car into my car, and it was crazy. And he actually went to prison. And he called me from prison one day when I was already here in Hawaii, and he was like, hey, can we talk? You want to get back together? I'm like, dude, you're in prison. No. Like, I like, thank you for the lessons and the memories, but, you know, I wish you the best. Like, and that relationship taught me, you know, what I don't want in a relationship moving forward, like the toxicness and all that, which is funny, but yeah.
Well, because you became toxic after.
Because I became toxic after in this relationship, yeah.
Was there any, like, loyalty issues in any of the three?
No, I knock on wood. Haven't been cheated on. Never cheated on anyone. I don't believe in cheating. I don't condone cheating. I watched my dad cheat on my mom. Don't respect it. And I feel like also the reason why people cheat so much too is because they see their idols, their celebrities,
get away with
famous people get away with it, and then sometimes like females stay when they get cheated on and stuff
majority
like
of the time
like,
they do.
Majority. And
because men are stupid enough to convince them.
Yes.
I'm surprised, like,
yes.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what the rationale behind, like, I think it's because attachment.
Well, then you look at, like, people like Cardi B and stuff, and it's
he cheated on her like 40 times
so
already.
many times, publicly too. And
yeah,
like,
publicly, it's crazy.
And she's still with him, so I'm just thinking, like, as a normal human being, and you see that's, like, they're probably thinking to themselves, damn, Cardi B can't even leave her man, and she's a millionaire. How can I leave my cheating man, you know? And it's so sad. And it's so sad how, like, in music, too, like, people condone cheating, and it's, like, cool and stuff like that, too. And it's like, no. Like, break up with the person first before you go do it.
If somebody cheats on you, you would leave them immediately? Or how do you think you would react?
I want to say I will leave, you know?
But it's hard to say.
But I haven't been in that situation, so I wouldn't know. So.
I respect that. That's a very intelligent answer.
Yeah.
Most girls that I asked that, they're like, no, fuck that, he's out. And I'm like, you think that, but it's a lot harder than you think.
It is a lot harder, definitely.
Yeah. So among all the three guys you've dated, do you have a type? Do they all fit into the same criteria of what you were looking for, or?
They all are different. My first ex was white. My second ex was El Salvadorian and Mexican. And my third ex was white and black.
Mixed.
Yeah. So I don't have a type. Some people say I don't. Some people scratch their head and they're like, "You're with him. Like, he's not cute, B. Like, what are you doing?"
You're like that. You date the people.
But then I'm like, I love his personality.
Right.
He's so cute because of it.
Right. I'm telling you, like, the older I get, the more I realize I'm like, personality is a lot.
And personality is what makes you stay, because looks fade.
Look at that. Like, I always say that to people. I'm like,
oh yeah,
looks attract, personality makes you stay. I always tell that to people.
Yeah.
Are you into girls at all?
No, but it's funny you say that, because a few years back, I'm actually not into like psychic readings or whatever. I just went to support my friend, and my friend was getting a reading, and then in the middle of the reading, she's like, "Don't think you're not a lesbian," and I was like, "Michaela, are you lesbian?" She's like, "No, I'm talking to you," and I'm like, "I do not like girls. What do you mean?" So it's funny you say that.
What do you mean? The reading said you were a lesbian?
She said I was lesbian. Like,
who said
the psychic?
What?
And I was like, dude, no, I've never been with a female. I've only liked men. But it's funny you asked me that.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I'd mention it.
There's nothing that you ever found attractive to a female where you would consider like.
No. No.
Okay. What do you think red flags in a guy are for you, though?
If he lives at home, is that bad?
Is mom's house, you mean?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Because I feel like.
Yeah, but guys know how to hide it well. Don't worry, this is my apartment. I'm serious, but like when I was 20, I hid it pretty well. Like I would go on dates. I'm like, no, I live here alone.
You're gonna laugh too. Another red flag. I feel like if you go on a man's Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and he just like posts a bunch of like flexing gym selfies or like a lot of selfies and stuff.
That's a red flag?
I feel like it's a red flag.
How many? If it's one, that's a red
Maybe
flag?
like a half of a red flag.
No, that's a red flag. I agree with you.
Oh, you do? Okay,
If it's a
cool.
lot, I would say, yeah, I would say even one is a red flag.
Right?
Yeah, even one. You're attracted to some shit.
Yeah.
Wait, but your Instagram is all like modeling pictures and bikinis. What do you think that is?
No, I'm talking about like selfies of like themselves and like flexing and like, you know what I mean? Like,
Agreed, but what, you don't think your
mine's
Instagram...
like scenic and stuff. I'm not like.
Wait,
okay.
so you don't think your Instagram is a red flag with all those bikini
You
pictures?
think I'm a red flag?
Hell
On my
yeah.
Instagram?
Why would you post it?
Because I thought it was cool.
No, it's attention-seeking behavior. You like those
Now when you
dopamine...
put it that way, it makes
Come on, you knew that. Everybody knows that. Okay, what other things? I agree with you, but that's the thing. You have to like look in the mirror too sometimes. If I'm telling, because I have those stupid pictures
Yes.
too, and then when people are like, "Oh, that's a red flag," I'm agreeing with you. It is a red flag, and I am seeking attention. But
Yes.
you gotta admit it too.
yes.
So what else would be a red flag for a guy?
How they treat their moms or family.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
It says a lot about how they're gonna treat you. So like if they're gonna treat their mom badly, that's how they're gonna treat you. So I look for all that, and then maybe if they don't pay for the dinner on the first.
Who the hell doesn't? You've been on dates where the guy doesn't pay for the dinner?
No, never. But I'm just
Oh.
saying, like if they don't, that's a red flag.
Oh my god, that's a done flag.
Yeah.
And what would be like a green flag for a guy that you would find like, I want to date him?
Someone who's just compassionate, honest, and just like themselves. Like they're not trying to like flex or be anything they're not. Like someone who's just like super passionate about what they do, and they have to have a passion, like something going on in their life, like where they're putting it all their attention focused on like that. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is attractive. I noticed girls give guys more attention when they're not paying attention to them because they're focused on business or whatever, developing their career. And girls are just like, I find that attractive. I want that attention.
Yeah. Well, I love my alone times. I hate when a guy's like super clingy or like doesn't have his stuff going on. He's like always wants to hang out with me. I'm like, no, you have to have your own thing. I have to have my own thing. We have to have time alone too. Like there has to be a balance.
I agree, but it's really hard.
It is hard.
I notice when you get into a relationship, one person is always clingier than the other. Have you ever been clingy?
No, for me, it's the guy that's clingy.
Always, right?
Always.
Damn.
It might be different for you.
Yeah, always girls clingy for me.
Oh, no.
It's annoying. I want a girl like you where I'm just like, can we just have our own private time a little bit? Like, I also want to play video games. But yeah, so you're single right now. Have you been going on dates ever since I'm sure you have, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been on a few dates.
Okay, now tell me, since you broke up, what's the worst date you ever been on? Ooh, I've triggered you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've been on 2 bad dates.
I want to know every detail. Please don't hold back.
Okay, the first one I went on a date with, he was like, oh, what do you want to do? Like, da-da-da. So I told him about the spiritual club and whatever.
Okay.
Met this guy once. The next day, he's like, hey, I bought your domain for your spiritual club. And I was like,
Like
what?
a website?
Yeah. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And like, he just like started doing all these things for me for like the spiritual club. And I was like, whoa, wait. Like, hold on. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is my thing. Like, I'm going to do it when I want to. Like, you don't have to help me with anything. Like, I know that a little weird though. Like, first date. And
He liked
like,
you a lot. He liked you a lot. That's all it shows.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of hard. I've been in that position before where like I really liked a girl and like I always like every guy we flex and we're like, nah, you gotta treat a girl like garbage. But for some reason, when a girl that you really like, you lose all that cockiness and the charm and just like, I just want to make her happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
So that was a bad date to you?
Well, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, like.
Wait, but that was the next day, right?
Yeah, but then that date too, like it was just awkward, and it
Why?
just wasn't good.
Why? Why was it awkward? Was he like younger than you or something?
No, he was older, but
How much older?
I think he was like 35 or something, or 37. I'm
Okay.
not sure,
Uh-huh.
but I just know it wasn't a good date.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he was white?
yeah,
He was white, okay.
yeah. He was like,
You just know it wasn't a good date.
it just wasn't a good date.
Okay.
The second guy I went on a date with, I think he was just really, really nervous. But I never ate my food so fast in my life. I ate my food in 15 minutes, and I even told him to pack the dessert to go. I was just so uncomfortable, and I really tried, and I was trying to be polite, but he asked me in 6 different ways if I had a sibling, like,
What do you mean
or a
6
brother.
different ways?
He'd be like, oh, okay, so are you an only child? And I'd be like, oh no, I have a brother, you know. And then like 5 minutes later, he'd be like, so do you have any relatives? And I'm like, I'm answering it again, and then by the 5th, so do you have a brother? I was just like, oh my gosh. And then everything he said, it was just like stuttering.
Oh my god.
He kept dropping his like utensils, like I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here.
Wow.
And it wasn't like I was like just sitting there like stone cold, like staring at him, not talking. I was smiling. I was like, it's okay, like don't be nervous, like, you know. And then, and you know when you just like, it's like cringy and you just like can't do this anymore. And then yeah, that was that date.
How did you even get to the position of agreeing to go on a date with him? Like, where'd you meet each other then?
You know, I felt bad because, okay, well, I work at Exclusives, and it's like a hostess bar, and I bartend there. And that's how I met him, and...
How did he even get your information if he was so bad at doing this?
Well, at Exclusives, he was fine, but I think it was just the alcohol now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, dude, he was not like this at Exclusives, so why is he like this on this date?
That's so weird.
But I felt bad because he bought me so many drinks that night and helped me make, like...
A lot.
So then I was like, oh, okay, I'll go on a date with you. You know?
So it was a pity date.
That sounds kind of mean.
I mean, it is what it is. Did you find him attractive at all?
He was cute. He was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you, like, end the thing with the first guy? Like, he bought your domain. How the fuck do you even buy someone's domain? I thought someone buys the domain, they own the domain. Someone can outbid you?
Dude, it was so bad. I'm like, okay, so in my head, you know, I was like, he's trying to steal my idea. What do I do?
Oh.
And I'm like, and then also I've never been a business owner and stuff before too, so I don't know what's going on. So then I was like, honestly, like, if he knows what he's doing, maybe I should just offer him like a position with my company or something.
What are you talking about?
Bad idea. Long story short, he's not a part of the company anymore. I'm the sole owner of the spiritual club.
100%. Don't share co-ownership with
Yeah, well, I
anyone.
told him, I was like, listen, if you're doing this because you're trying to get in my pants or if you think I'm going to start liking you, it's not going to happen. And he really got butthurt when I told him again, it's not happening. And then he's like, well, if you're going to only talk to me about your business, then I don't want to talk about it at all. And I was like, well, it was just... And then, yeah, so...
Okay.
That's everything.
Have you ever, like, you're single now, have you ever slept with someone that was bad in bed? Like, bad in bed?
My second ex?
What? You were in a relationship with him?
What?
I thought you meant, like, I thought you were going to go along the lines of, like, I met someone, I went on a date with him. You were in a relationship with someone who was bad in bed?
I don't really, like,
Like hookups?
I mean, some people might like one night stands, but for me as a woman, you know, it takes a lot of women to get on, right, and to orgasm and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
So for me, it's like I need you to like stimulate my mind before you can like stimulate anything down there.
100%.
So for me, I would never do a one night stand because it wouldn't be enjoyable. Like you don't know my body. I don't have to tell you what to do to make me come. Like. Most guys don't really know what they're doing. Like, none of my exes made me come, except for the last one, but... Well, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Okay, that's fair. You said you bartend. Like, if you were to get into a relationship, would you continue that? Like, do you think that's fair while dating someone?
Yeah, why not? Why should I have to
That's the biggest red flag for a guy.
Why?
Because...
But I'm not going to be a bartender for long. What if it's, like... to get to where I need to? What if it's like to support my actual business, the spiritual club?
I understand, but how would you like it if a guy you were seeing was in a place where he was constantly getting female attention?
That's normal.
That's not normal.
I think a guy and I think a female and a guy, it's normal for you guys to get like attention and stuff like that, right?
Guys don't get attention.
Well, you don't get attention?
No. What, like,
why? You're cute.
I know, but what, you think people come up to me and be like, hey? What girls come up to a guy and do that?
But, I mean...
You have to understand, so you work at a bar. That's where people go to get hit on. If I was at a bar, it'd be a different story. But how often do you get hit on the street versus in the bar? In the bar, a lot more though.
Okay, yeah, I guess in the bar a lot more.
Exactly. So if we were dating, I would not feel comfortable knowing that every night some guy is hitting on my girl while we're in a relationship. Do you understand how self-conscious I would feel?
But if you know the female and you know she would do that.
I believe you, but why would you do that? It's respectful not to.
No, but it's like, I think it's okay to work in a bar though. Like if my man were to work in the bar, I'd be like, you know what, babe, I trust you. Go have fun. Like, good.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
the private dances, it was open, so it's like you would really have to hide if you wanted to go do some extra stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Strict. Again, you run a business, and
Yes.
is it successful?
I think it's getting there. I
Okay.
think every business starts off, small and then
100%, I
has the
agree.
potential to grow.
Yes. Now, from what I'm hearing is you have a business and it's getting successful and you have like a good situation. So do you agree that women don't date down? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? So a girl wouldn't date someone working in, like a guy working in McDonald's. But switch it around, a guy would date someone like a girl working in McDonald's. So you're in a position where you own a business right now. So you're not going to look at guys at a lower tier. You know what I mean? So do you find it hard to find guys that are qualified for your attention right now? Because being a business owner is something to be proud of, which
Yeah.
most people don't
Thank you.
have to offer you. So
I mean, I'm not gonna honestly, I'm not gonna completely write you off if you work at Walmart. For me, it's
which department
If-
though?
if
No, I'm
you-
kidding.
no. For me, it's as long as you have some sort of job, as long as you have a goal in life, and as long as you're not doing drugs and being all schemy and stuff, like I wouldn't be closed-minded to that. Like if we vibe, we vibe. Like, which is the worst thing about me because I'm like,
Because you vibe with a lot of people?
well, I mean, yeah, too. But then like I feel like I would be the one to look past that. Like
Yeah.
close a blind eye. I'm like, okay, like you need help, I'll help you. Like, type.
Don't do that.
I know.
Don't do that.
I know.
That's an excuse for a guy to be a loser. Don't do that.
So I don't think I would completely close them off, but
Okay, you're a rare exception, but most girls would not date lower than their caliber. You know?
well, no, don't get me wrong. Like I still have standards. Like one thing I will not.
Yeah, wait a minute. That made no sense. You said I have standards,
I
and
do
now you're
standards.
like,
Listen, let me explain though. My standards are, I will not compromise on chivalry. Like if you don't open my car door, if you don't open any of my doors on the first date, I'm not going on a date with you the second time.
did I open the door for you when you walked in?
I don't think so.
Shit, my bad.
And it's like
You came
for
late
me,
though,
it's like
so we're even.
if you can't give me like, I don't. It's not about the material. It's like
Chivalry.
if you just the chivalry, like treating me right,
Right.
you know, keeping your word, and just giving me your time. Like
Right.
those are the things I value the most.
Right.
You know, just being a real man. Like you don't have to offer me much, but if you
Mm-hmm.
take care of me in an emotional way like that, in a really good way, it's like money's just money. Like
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I'd rather marry for love than money. You know what I mean?
Besides,
That's my standard.
No,
You know what
I like
by
it.
that?
I like it.
Like,
I like
you
it.
know what I mean?
Chivalry. Describe it a little more to me. Besides holding doors, I mean that's kind of obvious. But like, what exactly do you want done?
Like besides the door thing, you know, like for example, like if I say, "Hey, babe, like my friend, like something's going," like I would expect you to be like, "What can I do to help?"
Oh, problem solving for you.
Problem solving, just I don't know, just being like a man's man, you know, like
Okay.
and speaking to me in the right way, not cussing at me, and not like, you know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this follow-up question. What do you think
And
you?
like paying for the meal. You
that's
have to pay
that's
for
obvious.
it
That's
most of
obvious.
the time, but
Oh, you're so sweet. What do you think you bring to the table though, if you're dating?
I'm extremely loyal.
That's a plus.
I'm extremely
Wait, but you can't. Your loyalty means you can't be working at a bar as a bar. Don't attack me. You can't. You
loyalty
can't be in a
is
bar.
not-
You can't be in a strip club.
whatever.
100% loyal. That's what a guy likes. I'm not
I
questioning
beg
your.
to defer on that still.
No,
I,
no.
Well, you know what? We'll agree to disagree, Jake.
How about this? We'll see the comments. Guys, drop the comments down below. We'll see. I mean, it's just gonna be a bunch of angry dudes, but it's okay. Okay. So you don't really care about looks when you're looking at men. It's more like a connection.
Personality, connection is everything. Yep.
Okay. What if I told you that most men are turned off by independent women? How would you react to that?
I think they're a pussy.
Okay.
It's like, why would you be intimidated by a strong woman? Wouldn't you want a strong woman in your life?
Men are more interested in feminine women.
See, I feel like that's a control factor for men. They want someone that... So that's why they get intimidated when women are smarter or like, you know, or like more athletic or something. They're like, no.
Well, athletic, I'll disagree with you because who really likes a girl who's more athletic than them? I agree with you on those aspects, but like if a girl's more brolic than me and I'm dating her, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be together.
Okay.
Like if you're doing a bench press and she's doing more than me, I'm like, maybe you should find someone else.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But maybe you're pretty feminine, so I doubt you're even, you know, it's even a problem. But in a relationship, do you want to be this person who's submissive, or you don't want the guy to be submissive, do you?
Okay, so I feel like if you're a strong, independent woman, if it's the right man, you will be submissive to him.
I'll wipe my hand for that. Great answer. Great
Thank
answer.
you.
Yeah, that's the answer. I literally wrote that in my notes right here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I thought you were going to say something else, and I'm like, well, technically, if the relationship is going in the right path and it's the right setup, then the girl will want to be submissive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Jacob Charlie podcast.